truly believe that this video will change your life. So make sure you grab a notebook and a pen because you are going to be taking down notes. The law of assumption states that all your assumptions are what create your reality. So, by assumptions, all the thoughts you have, all the beliefs you have in your imagination is what comes into reality. The world around you operates based on the reflection of your imagination. And by imagination, it includes your inner conversations, your inner feelings, your inner insecurities. That is what creeps and comes into your physical reality. Whatever picture you hold in your mind about yourself, whether you visualize yourself to be a famous person, whether you visualize yourself to be a famous entrepreneur, visualize yourself to be the most successful person in your entire family, like whatever desire you hold in your mind, as long as you can imagine it clearly, vividly, and firmly believe in it and persist it for a long period of time, it will happen in your reality. Inevitably, whether you like it or not, your reality that you see right now is based on all the past beliefs and all the past visions you held in your imagination. So, imagination is nothing but the 4D world. That is what manifests into the 3D world. 3D world is basically the physical reality that you see. So, any assumptions you hold in your mind about yourself, whether you hold an assumption that you're going to be the most successful, or you hold an assumption that you will be in your dream relationship, whatever that thought is in your imagination, if it has come and you truly believe it's possible for you assume it for a long period of time in repetition and persist in it continuously. Like, you know already, mental diet, which is basically thinking the thoughts in your favor and your desires as if it has already happened in repetition. So make sure to highlight the part that it is in repetition. It's not about you repeating or imagining your future self or the desired version of yourself for 2 days and 3 days and then giving up on that scenario thinking it's not possible for you. It's not all about you fluctuating. It's not about you thinking good once and then thinking bad thoughts the next day. It has to be consistent. Whatever image you hold in your mind, in your imagination, all your assumptions have to be consistent and have to be in repetition till you see it in your physical reality. Let me give you a perfect example to explain this. I had a client who wanted to get her dream job and she wanted to earn like $5,000 per month. So I just asked her a quick question saying, let's say you can earn $10,000 per month. How do you feel right now? So she basically took some time to tell me. She like processed it for like a minute and then she was like, oh, so that means I got a job opportunity. I got this, I got that. She asked me a lot of follow-up questions for that. I said, don't ask me any follow-up questions. Don't think about your job or anything. I'm just telling you that you can now earn $10,000 per month. How does that make you feel? After a long time, she then said, yeah, I would feel happy. But I said, why did you hesitate and why did you ask so many follow-up questions when I asked you a simple question? And the reason she said is, I don't know, I just felt I don't deserve it because I don't have a job in my hand. So how can I deserve $10,000 per month? The more anxious you are, the more your nervous system is dysregulated. Your body needs to feel safe when you are thinking of a desire. I will talk about nervous system regulation in my next videos. But the second you hold an assumption in your mind, without any anxiety, without any tension, without any fear of when is it going to come, when is it going to come, without that desperation and that focus on the lack of it, you will not receive it. You're doing it completely wrong if you keep looking at your 3D, if you keep looking for results in the next 2 days, in the next 3 days. That just shows that a particular thing is absent in your life and you're focusing on the absence of it. When I say persist and assume something, you have to assume it till it hardens into a true fact about your life. Let's say my assumption is my hair is black. The more I assume my hair is black, persist in this assumption that it's always black, it's always going to be black, this is how my hair is, my hair color is black, I have black hair. This will harden into a fact. And even if I imagine it, even if I don't think about it, even if I don't care about what hair my hair color is, other people are going to point out and tell my hair color is black. That is how your assumption needs to be about any desire you have. There's no limit to your desire. You can have multiple desires. You can imagine and think of only one thing that you want or a huge thing that you want. Nothing is impossible. as long as you can see it in your imagination, you can feel it happening, and it feels believable to you. Your body feels safe when you do imagine these things. Your heart is not racing, you're not feeling anxious when you're affirming. All of this matters a lot, just because your body, your mind has to accept and harden it into a fact. Let's assume you have a dream car that you truly, truly want to buy. I'm giving you an example of Tesla randomly. So, if you want to buy a Tesla, if you keep assuming the fact that you already own a Tesla, you already have a Tesla, you research more about it, you imagine and visualize you have a Tesla, you have to get into that desired state. How would the version of you that has a Tesla behave right now? How grateful would that person feel? How blessed would that person feel? How lucky would that person feel? If you can imagine driving a Tesla in your mind without any dysregulation, without any anxiety, without any fear, or without always looking at the 3D for signs, for results, for your manifestation coming true or not, then that means that you have officially shifted to a state of having your desires. This is nothing but the state of wish fulfilled, which Neville Goddard also highlights. State of the wish fulfilled is basically acting like your desire is fulfilled. Once you keep imagining it, once you hold that thought, once you start feeling the feelings and embodying that energy of being the person who owns a Tesla, that is when you will start seeing slow signs, evidence in your 3D. And ultimately, within a few weeks, within a few months, whenever that becomes truly believable to you and it hardens into a fact, like a true fact about yourself, that's when you will become a proud owner of a Tesla. Internal state you have matters a lot. And by internal state, I mean your inner conversations that you have with yourself when you're alone, the thoughts that you're thinking constantly, whether it's negative thoughts, whether it's worries. We are all wired 90% of the time to think about our worries, to think about negative things, to always think about unwanted things, unwanted circumstances, imagine the worst case scenario no matter where we go, or just hyperventilate or worry about something even before a situation like that has happened. We're all wired that way, just because our surroundings, the people around us, so many circumstances happening in our day-to-day life makes us that way, and that is completely normal. Right now you need to reprogram your subconscious mind and shift from that state to a state that imagines and considers that they have everything that they need. There is nothing to worry about, there is nothing to fear about. You have to enter into that total state of relaxation. I'm not saying be lazy, just sleep, just dream about something. No, but you are the one who has all their desires come true. If you had the Tesla car, you had the dream house, you had the dream relationship, what would your body language be like? Wouldn't you feel happy? Wouldn't you feel lucky on a day to day basis? These are the feelings and emotions that you have to start embodying right now, because you are shifting into a state of already having it. Every single time you hold some resistance in your mind, every single time you feel like it's difficult for you to imagine and you're always imagining the worst case scenario, you have to immediately get conscious of your thoughts, replace it with positive ones, and keep thinking to yourself that no, your imagination creates your reality. Whatever picture you hold in your mind is what is going to manifest in your reality. For the next 2 weeks, without doubting the process, without holding any resistance, I want you to just be super conscious of your thoughts and keep thinking in your mind, my assumptions create my reality, and my assumptions will harden into a fact only when I persist. And immediately continue with whatever desire you want. Act as if it's already happened. Will Godard also highlights that you are the operant power of your reality. So basically, it means that every single person you come across, every individual is a god. So you are your god. You are the creator of your reality. Whatever you've been thinking about has happened so far, has manifested so far. So why can't you just replace the thoughts, imagine yourself to be the god, and think about the things that you truly want? All of a sudden, unexpected blessings are going to come into your life. All of a sudden, people who gravitated away from your life suddenly will start missing you and will probably message you. You will see angel numbers all the time. Like, this is what happened to me when I first discovered the law of assumption. I kept seeing the time on my phone. It would always be like 11:11, or I would just see like 333 all the time. So like angel numbers are just repeating numbers. So every single time I would look at my laptop, the time would be like 11 a.m. So you are going to see a lot of angel numbers. You are going to see a lot of people coming back into your life, the people who left you, the people you really, really missed or you wanted to, they will all of a sudden contact you, chase you, saying that they want to meet you. You will also see signs from the universe in terms of your career, in terms of your personal growth, any transformation that you are looking for, any single moment, event that happens in your life from now onwards. You have to assume that it's a blessing and it's an opportunity in disguise. It is a universe conspiring in your favor. It is a universe aligning with the desires that you're thinking about in your mind. All your assumptions are what creates your reality. This is literally the only point I want you to take from this video. Your assumptions create your reality. Even if it's fake, even if it's unbelievable, even if your assumptions feel impossible to you, the more you persist and the more you repeat these assumptions in your mind for multiple number of days and for multiple number of hours, it is going to harden into a fact and you will see it in your reality. Another fact that Neville Goddard mentions, which is everyone is you pushed out, which basically means that every single person has their own consciousness, and what your personality is, what your self concept is, how you behave with people around you, how you assume people to behave with you is what you are going to see in your reality. Every person is basically reflecting the thoughts, the opinions you have in your own consciousness. So make sure that internally, again, you always have a high self concept, you're always thinking good thoughts, being positive with people. Make sure that you're kind, you don't have like that arrogance or that overconfidence. Again, that is not something that we want to embody. We want to embody the energy of someone who has everything. Like, let's just say you have everything you want in life, all your desires are fulfilled. You want to embody the energy of being grateful, of being blessed. You're not going to embody the energy of being someone who's arrogant or overconfident. You are the operant power of your reality. That is the truth. You are a conscious creator. So make sure that you're consciously thinking only about the things that you want.